Welcome to class 11, Mathematics Trigonometric Functions, the third chapter, your first unit. Okay, so this year in your junior classes, you have learned about trigonometry chapter, right? So in that sine, cos, tan, cot, sec, cosec and all you have learned. So those things you'll be learning in the style of trigonometric function this year in your class 11. Okay, so let us move on to the chapter. Trigonometry, that is trigon. Trigon and metron. Trigon means three sides of the triangle. Tri means three. Trigon, three sides of the triangle. Metron means measurement. That is measuring three sides of a triangle. Okay. So when we speak about triangle, obviously we'll speak about the angles, right? So we'll move on to angles. We remember you remember last year you have learned sine 30, half, sine 45, 1 by root 2 and all. So obviously when you speak about triangle, angles will come, right? So angle and the three vertices of the triangle. So what do you mean by angle? Angle. Angle is a measure of rotation of a given ray about its initial point. If this is your initial point, from here to here, if it is rotating and if it reaches here to this point, what is formed here is this is angle. Okay, so then this is your initial side and this is your terminal side. So let us move on to this. So this point, the first point from where it starts, this is your initial point and this is the initial side. This side, when it moves, it becomes terminal side. Is it clear? Okay, so when it is moving, it is anti-clockwise, upwards. You say your angle is positive. That is positive angle. And this corner, as you know, it is called vertex. When it's plural, you say vertices. Okay. And here, when it is moving clockwise, that is downwards. When your angle is moving downwards from your initial side, then it is negative angle. I hope positive and negative angle is clear. That is, I repeat, when it is anti-clockwise, positive angle, and when it is clockwise, it is negative angle. Any one you remember, like the other one is ulta of that. Okay. Next, measurement of angle. How do we measure angle? Lower classes, you measured angle in degrees. That is 30 degree, 45 degree, draw an angle of 120 degree. So in form of degree, you have learned the measurement of the angle. So this year, one more measurement you'll be learning is radian. Okay. So degree, as we know, right? This is the symbol that shows your measurement is in a degree format. Okay. So when it is radian, what is the number will have to the power the letter C or nothing will be there. That shows it is radian. If it is here, for example, when we say angle A equal to, we can say 20 degree. Okay. Then here, angle B equal to 2 radian. You can show this symbol, or if you're not showing also fine. If there is no symbol, that means you can say 2 radian. Is it clear? Okay, degree measure. So one rotation equal to 360 degree. What do you mean by that? Okay, for that purpose, I'll move on to the circle, okay, for your understanding. We know when we see the protractor, from here to here, the measurement is 180, right? Again, if we take the measurement from here to here, it is again 180. So 180 plus 180, 360. Don't you think that we have done a complete one rotation? Yes. So one rotation equal to 360 degree. Then 1 degree is equal to 1 by 60th rotation. That is 1 degree is 1 by 60th part of 360 and 1 degree equal to 60 minutes. That is a degree is divided into how many minutes? 60 minutes. And a minute is divided into 60 seconds. That is 1 minute equal to 60 seconds. This all know that 1 minute equal to 60 seconds. Okay. I'll take this circle itself. I'll do one thing. I'll divide into 4 quadrants. Cartesian system like. Okay. We know from here to here the measurement is 90 degree. Right? Then here to here 180. That is this one. Then again, if I take from here to here, 90 plus 90 plus 90, 360. That is 270. That is this one. Next, 420. 420. We know that one rotation is 360. So what is additional to that 360? additional to 360 is again 160. So that this 360 plus 60 becomes 420. So one rotation plus 60 is 420. Since it is going anti-clockwise, our 420 is positive. Here we have now negative angle. It's nothing. It is moving downwards, that clockwise. So your angle is negative 30 degree. So here, what do you think? One complete clockwise rotation plus 60 degree. So one complete clockwise rotation plus 60 degree makes negative 420. Fine. Okay, so I hope this you all understood. Radian measure. Angle subtended at center of an arc of length 1 unit in a unit circle of radius 1 unit, is said to have a measure of 1 radian. Angle subtended at the center by an arc of 1 unit. So one angle is subtended, formed at center, and the length of arc is 1 unit. In a unit circle, when you speak about unit circle, that means the radius of that circle will be 1 unit. Okay. So this is a radius of 1 unit. So the angle which is subtended will be always 1 radian. If your length of arc was x, then x radian. Got it? Okay, so this is clear. So since it was clockwise, measure of radian is positive, that is 1 radian. Now in the second case, it's anti-clockwise. Okay, so it is negative 1 radian, but measure of length of arc is 1 unit. Okay, next, if the length of arc is 1.5, your angle subtended will be 1.5 radian, since it is anti-clockwise. When again your length of arc clockwise it is 1.5, then here it is negative 1.5 radian. We know the formula what you have learned last year, that is, in a circle of radius r, an arc of length L subtends an angle theta radian at the center, then theta equal to L by R. You just remember, like, now if you're solving problem related to arc of length, then the angle what would be taken in the form of radian. And this year, most of the time when you're taking the angle, it will be mostly in the form of radian. Here, relation between degree and radian. If I say 1 radian, then 180 degree by pi. If in terms of your degree, in terms of radian, if we speak, then 1 degree is equal to pi by 180 radian. Let us let us get to know about some angles which we knew last year and their radian values. If it is 30 degree, pi by 6 radian. 45 degree, pi by 4 radian. 60 degree, pi by 3 radian. 90 degree, pi by 2 radian. It's not necessary you should say radian. It's enough if you say pi by 2 also. 180 degree, pi. 270 degree, 3 pi by 2. 360 degree, it is 2 pi. Now you will be just thinking, how did you get pi by 6, pi by 4, for 30, 45 respectively, right? It's nothing. There is a formula. Okay. The formula is nothing. When you want to convert your degree to radian, the formula is radian measure equal to pi by 180 into degree measure. That is radian measure equal to, if you want to remember some trick, remember, like, along with your degree measure, if you put pi by 180, that is pi d, you can get the value for radian from degree. Okay. And next, if you want to convert radian to degree, that is degree measure equal to 180 by pi into radian measure. Moving on to some textbook examples. Convert 40 degree 20 minute into radian measure. Convert 40 degree 20 minute into radian measure. And we are well aware how is our formula to convert into radian measure. That is radian measure equal to pi by 180 into degree measure. So 40 degree 20 minute equal to 40 degree plus 20 minute. You split it. Then you have to convert this 20 minute into degree. We know that 1 degree is equal to 60 minutes. So how do we convert our 20 to degree measure? That is 20 by 60. So 20 by 60 we do. Okay. So we get 1 by 3. So 1 by 3 degree. So cross multiply. When you cross multiply, you get 43 is 120 plus 1, that is 121 by 3 degree. So we know the formula for converting degree to radian is radian measure equal to pi by 180 into degree measure. So we multiply uh, degree value into pi by 180. When we solve, see here nothing, nowhere to cancel and all, so we can't reduce it. So obviously we have to then multiply. So 121 into pi is 121. You need not write degree, okay, you can just eliminate it. So 121 pi by 540, that is 180 into 3 is 540, that is 121 pi by 540 radian. Next is example 3. Find the radius of the circle in which central angle of 60 degree intercepts an arc of length 37.7 centimeter. First we have to, I'll read the question once again. Find the radius. So r equal to question mark. So what is my angle? 60 degrees. So theta equal to 60 degree. And what is the length given? A length of arc 37.4 centimeter. And I said, like we have, if angle is given in 6 degree form, we have to convert into radian. So the formula is radian measure equal to pi by 180 into degree. So this is degree measure into pi by 180. When we solve, we get pi by 6. Or you remember, like earlier I showed you one table where, okay, so our formula is theta equal to L by R. So what you're supposed to find R? So that is R equal to L by theta. So R equal to L by theta, that is, what is L? 37.5, that 37.4 divide by pi by 3. So this will go to our numerator. So 37.4 into 3 by pi. So in question we are asked to substitute pi as 22 by 7. So when I substitute again, I know 22 by 7 will come. So my 7 goes to numerator. So 37.4 into 3 into 7 by 22. So I can, I know that, see, it's up to you, like how is your multiplication tables. Okay, if it is very good, fine. Otherwise you can convert into lowest form. We can do one thing. I think is this is divisible by what do you call, 11. I don't know, you remember this, there are some tricks to find. 3 plus 4 is 7, and this 7, when you subtract, you get 0. Then that such numbers are divisible by 11. These were the things which you have learned in your lower class to check the divisibility of your numbers. Okay, so this is divisible by 11, and obviously 22 also. In 11's table, this is 2 time, and this one is 34 time, that is 3.4 time, you can say. Okay, so again, if 3.4, again I can solve, that is 2, and this is 1.7. Got it? So I got 1.7 into 3 into 7. When I multiply, I get 35.7 centimeter. So value for my radius is 35.7 centimeter. Example 4. The minute hand of a watch is 1.5 centimeter long. How far does its tip move in 40 minutes? How far? So we have to find the length of arc. So what is given? Minute hand of a watch. So minute hand of a watch, this is the length 1.5 centimeter long. So we can consider it as our radius, that is r equal to 1.5. And as in the question they have said, we have to find L. That is, this is how far it moves, right? So for in 40 minutes, how far it is moving, we need to find. Okay. So L we are supposed to find. So according to question, we know this formula L is equal to theta R. So we don't know the value of theta, only we know the value of R. So how we'll find the value of R? But just remember 40 minute is given. So using this we'll find value of R theta. So we know that one revolution equal to 60 minute. That is 1 hour equal to 60 minute. So how much revolution is 40 minute? So we do one thing, we divide 40 by 60. So we get 2 by 3 revolution. So theta equal to 2 by 3, 2 by 3 into 360 degree. So when we solve, how many times? 1. When we solve, we get 360. When we solve 1, 2, 0, 120. So 122 is 240. Obviously, as we are aware, we have to convert our degree to radian. So to converting to the radian measure is equal to pi by 180 into degree measure. So this is a degree measure into pi by 180. When we solve, we'll do one thing. We'll seeing the number, both are divisible by 6. So 6 times, this is 4 times in 6 table, and this is 3 times. So 4 pi by 3 radian. So we'll substitute in a formula L equal to theta r. So 4 pi by 3 into 1.3. And in our question, we are asked to substitute pi as 3.14. So we substitute 4 into 3.14 into 1.5 by 3. Anyhow, you can multiply. What I did was 4 into 1.5. That is 15 into 4 is 60. Since one decimal is there, we have 6. So 6 by 3 is 2. So 2 into 3.14 is 6.28 centimeter. Okay. Fifth example. If arcs of same length in two circles subtend angles 65 and 110 degree. At center, find the ratio of their radii. Arcs of same length. So length of the arc, that is this measure. This length of arc is same they are saying. Okay. And they're subtending an angle of 65 degree and 110 degree. Okay. This is clear? Next. Find the ratio of their radii. So if the radius of the first circle is R1 and radius of the second circle is R2, so we have to find R1 is to R2. Okay. So since angles are given in degree, we have to convert into radian. So theta 1 equal to 65. When we convert into radian, pi by 180 into degree measure. So when we solve, we get 13 pi by 36. Theta 2 equal to 110, degree equal to pi by 180 into 110. So 11 pi by 180. Is it clear? Now length of arc of two circles are equal. We know that. It's given already. So we can write that. We know the formula like L equal to theta R. So for the first circle, we can say L equal to theta 1 R1. Second circle, L equal to theta 2 R2. So since both the cases L is there, L are equal. So we can write theta 1 R1 equal to theta 2 R2. We'll substitute the values. So when we substitute, theta 1 is 13 pi by 36, R1 equal to 11 pi by 18 R2. You can solve any way, like you can put R1 by R2 one side and cross multiply and do it. Like you can put everything to the RHS and solve it. It's up to you. We can separate R1 and R2 one side and the other values other side, or some other way. What did I do is I just multiplied both by 2 and I got 36. I thought of making my denominator same. So when I did it here, 36 gets cancelled and even my pi gets cancelled. Okay, so what is remaining? 13 R1 equal to 22 R1. So what do I do is I separate my R1 R2 to the left side and my numbers to the RHS.
So when I'm separating, this will become R1 by R2. And here when 13 goes, it will become 22 by 13. So my ratio for R1 and R2 is to R1 is to R2 equal to 22 is to 13.